Hey everyone, my name is RJ Hawkes. I'm with Hawkes Art and Jersey Framing. As you know, we have the opportunity to frame lots and lots of signed and unsigned jerseys. And today, before this jersey goes out back to Chicago, I want to spend a few minutes just kind of talking about our design process and kind of how we go about figuring out where certain pieces go and so forth. But this is from the great Brian Urlacher. He's a Hall of Famer. He played for the Chicago Bears. If you're into sports, you know who this guy is. But his career is was just amazing all around. And I think what this gentleman, he's my customer, what he was able to do is he was able to have Urlacher do lots and lots of inscriptions into the numbers of the jersey. And I think it just makes the jersey even more powerful. And so let me just kind of go around some of the things that Urlacher wrote on the jersey. So this guy had over 1,300 tackles. I mean, that's a lot. He had 22 INTs, interceptions. He sacked the quarterback 41 and a half times. And somebody was asking me why the half. And as you know, a lot of times two guys kind of meet at the quarterback. And so the NFL kind of gives each half a sack, and that's why. He was 4 times All-Pro. 8 times he made the Pro Bowl. And by the way, this is a Pro Bowl 2004 in Hawaii, Jersey. So he went to Hawaii 8 times. That's amazing. He was what else? So he was the Rookie of the Year, Defensive Rookie of the Year in 2000, as you can see. That is his amazing autograph. He was the first ballot Hall of Famer in 2011. And in 2005, he became the Defensive Player of the Year. Just unbelievable. So my customer wanted us to make this jersey a Pro Bowl theme. So this guy is very particular. He finds all these pieces. Everything is very pristine, which is really awesome. So he sent me 2 2004 Pro Bowl Hawaii patches, which you can see there. I'll talk about the overall design. So there's 1 and there's 2. He was also able to find Pro Bowl cards, which he sent 1 and then 2. And then finally, he sent me this beautiful N, which is the NFC patch. If you know the NFL, you know that there's the NFC and the AFC, and of course the Bears play in the NFC, and that's why he sent that. So let me go ahead and zoom out and kind of show you what we ended up, creating for him. So that's about as far as I can go. You can kind of see the design, and it's just a kind of a beautiful design. A couple things. When a jersey arrives at our store, I take a look at the jersey and I look at certain things and I go, it doesn't matter what I do, I want to make sure that I expose these unique things about the jersey or the player or what the theme might be all about. So the first thing that really popped out of the jersey was the stars. And the stars really symbolize the Pro Bowl in Hawaii. So I wanted to make sure that whatever I did, I was going to highlight the stars. I was going to fully expose them as much as I could and not, fold them in a way that we were going to sort of defeat the purpose of this being a Pro Bowl jersey. So that was one thing. The other obvious thing was the huge 54 that has all the autographs and the inscriptions. So that was really big for me as well, because I wanted to make sure that that was front and center. And I think we accomplished that. The other thing that I love about this jersey is the big 54 number on the sleeves. And that's the reason why, if you look at the top design, I kind of extended the design left and right to make sure that both of those sleeves were fully exposed. And I think it looks just beautiful. In the past, when I started this about, 10 years ago, sometimes I look at some of my designs and I go, I wish I had kind of expanded that, because maybe I assumed that people would kind of look inside and kind of see the full patch, but I think we sort of fixed that. The other thing that kind of stood out to me from the jersey is that Chicago Bears patch, which is on the shoulders of the jersey, and I wanted to highlight those. And when my customer and I first spoke about some idea or some design ideas, the immediate thing that came to our mind was that the Pro Bowl patches were likely going to end up being up here, as you have seen me do in some of the other jerseys that we have created. However, as I started to kind of find the right placement for the objects, I realized that they were going to clash if I put these patches up here, and it was going to be really, really confusing. There's a C for the Bears, there's a patch. It was just going to be overwhelming, I thought, up here at the top. And now that I finished this product, I'm kind of glad that I didn't go that route, because I think it would have been a little bit of a overkill, if you will, in terms of the design of the overall jersey. So I decided to put it below the sleeves and a little bit further out and away from the 54. And I think it was a good decision. I hope you agree with me. The cards, I thought about, where do I put these? I don't like to, sort of overlap things on the jersey, and especially this one with the stars and everything. So I kind of lower them a little bit beyond the 5, the bottom of the 5 and the bottom of the 4. And as you can see, I pushed them out again so that they wouldn't cover any of the stars. And I'm glad I did, because I think they look really good. The other thing that I want you to notice is I'm always looking at, ways in which I can add a little bit of a sports identity, I suppose. So I often use this beautiful football matting behind the patches and so forth. And I thought this would be a great opportunity for me to do that. And that's why you see the football matting behind the patch. And that's why you see it at the bottom as well. And I kind of opened that up so that I would, float mount the cards. And I think it looks really, really nice. The end at the bottom was pretty obvious, right? I always like to go for symmetry. So if somebody sends me one card, I usually say, is there any way you can send me 2 or 4 or 6? I find beauty in the design when symmetry is applied. And again, I was telling this customer, if you can send me 2 patches, send me 2 cards, and then send me 1 NFC patch. And as I often do, I went ahead and scanned this one. I created a cool silhouette, opening design for it. And I think it looks really, really cool. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is the color scheme that we chose. And, choosing the color, I think, for any of the jerseys we do is about 50% of the overall design success. If you choose the right color, you have a great opportunity to make something great. If you don't, you have the ability to fail very easily when it comes to design. So we went back and forth, and I think initially when this came in, we're like, all right, well, let's go with more blue. Let's do some red. Let's do this and that. And I looked at the design and I go, there's a lot of blue in the jersey. There's a lot of red as well. There's orange, obviously, some of the colors of the Chicago Bears. But I didn't want the color of the matting to compete with the jersey in any way. So then I proposed a white suede with a red accent, and I'm happy that my customer Jeff said it was okay, because I think it turned out absolutely incredible. I always want the design to kind of, support but not overpower the jersey, which is the main piece. And I think we accomplished that. And I hope you guys agree with me on that. So we went with the white suede on top with the red accent throughout to highlight the 5 and the 4, to make the blue really powerful pop. And I think we accomplished that. And then the last thing I want to say is the size of this thing ended up being a little bit bigger than our normal, 32 inches wide by 40 inches vertical. The reason why is because I always kind of, lay out the jersey on our design table, and I try to aim to stay within that standard size. But there are times that I feel like I'm forcing the jersey to somewhat fit inside that frame. And I don't like that, because I think if we did that, I mean, people would go to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and just buy one of those cheap frames, and then what would be the purpose of us doing the kind of work that we do? So instead, I folded this in a way that we wouldn't take anything away from how massive this jersey is. And this is a big, big jersey. I can't remember the exact size of it, but it's really big. I love the stars. I love the blue. I absolutely like the red stripes that come down the jersey, as you see here. But I also like a little bit of the white of the jersey. I didn't want to hide that at all. So we stopped folding at some point, and it ended up being way, way bigger than we often, fold the jerseys. So I said, all right, well, let's not sacrifice the beauty of the jersey by forcing it into one of our standard frames. And so instead, we ended up with about, 4 inches bigger, I think, than most of our stuff is. And that's why you see this thing being a lot bigger, a lot more massive. But when you look at Urlacher, the way that he played, when you look at the Bears, the way they play defense over the years, and when you look at the size of this thing, I mean, I think it's somewhat expected that the jersey was going to end up being just as big as they play. So I love the Bears. I love the NFL. I just love doing what I do. I think this is beautiful. And I want to show you one last scan from top to bottom, so you can kind of see the beauty of this thing before we start building the box, the padding, and then this one goes out to Chicago. I can't wait for my customer to see it. I usually do unveils on Instagram, but this customer said, I want to be surprised. So don't do an unveil. Ship it to me. Don't show me photos or anything. And then when it gets here, he's going to do an unboxing, and he's actually going to do his own little unveiling on our behalf. And I can't wait for Jeff to see it. And then as soon as he sees it, I'm going to post this on YouTube, which is where we post most of our stuff, just longer videos. And I hope he loves it. So thank you so much to all of you who watch our stuff, who send us so much love and support. We really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you're not following us on Instagram, you're missing out, because that is where we first sort of unveil, showcase some of the work that we are putting out there. So thank you so much. Have a great day, great week. And if there's something we can professionally frame for you, just get in touch with us. I always put the email in the description of the video. Our website is jerseyframing.com. It doesn't get any easier than that. And again, thank you so much. Bye-bye.
What's in the bar? Here's the 2004 Pro Bowl card. One of the patches. Just look at this. It's absolutely amazing. This does not even do it justice. You have to see it in person. RJ, you are the master.